Hello and welcome to the second video in the series of LT-Spice tutorials. In this video, I am going to set up DC operating point simulation. In order to DC operating point simulation, I am going to simulate two different circuits. The first one is a voltage divider circuit and the second one will be a common emitter BJT amplifier. Let's start. In order to build this circuit, first we need to create a new schematic. A new schematic can be created by clicking on new schematic icon or through file new schematic or by using the shortcut of Ctrl N. Now that the schematic window is open, it's time to place the components to build the circuit. In order to make a simple voltage divider, I need two resistors. Let me change the orientation of this resistor. Okay, and R2. So I have placed two resistors. Now I need a voltage source. In order to place a voltage source, you can go to the components panel and we can select voltage source from here. Alternatively, we can even press the V key on the keyboard and we get the voltage source. Next step is to wire the components. That can be done using the wire tool. Let me just quickly connect the components. Now that the components have been wired together, it's time to assign values to the resistors and the voltage source. Right click on the component and you can assign this resistor values. Let's say this is 1K, R2 is also 1K, and voltage will be a DC voltage source of value 10 volts. So once the values are assigned, the next step is to put a ground terminal. For connecting a ground terminal, you can go to the toolbar and click on ground. Alternatively, you can press the G key on your keyboard and you will get the ground. Why do we need ground in a circuit? Ground will act as the reference point for all the voltage measurements in the circuit, as well as it acts as a current sink. So let's see how to set up a DC operating point simulation. Go to simulate option and then go to edit simulation command. You can find various types of simulations here. We are going to use the DC operating point. The syntax for DC operating point is .op. I'll click OK and you can place it anywhere on your circuit. .op means operating point. So this will do the operating point simulation of this circuit. Let's go ahead and run the simulation. In order to run the simulation, you can either go to simulate and then click on run, or you can click run button in the toolbar itself. After I run the simulation, you can see a table appears. The table contains all the voltages and currents of this circuit. V stands for voltage and I stands for currents. Now it's difficult to make out what does VN002 and VN001 stand for. These are the names of the netlists in the circuit. In order to understand this better, let me close this and let me assign labels to the netlist. That can be done using the label net command, label net option. I'll assign this as VO because in this voltage divider I want to measure the voltage across R2 with respect to ground. So that is this terminal with respect to ground. I'll name it as VO and the input voltage I'll name it as VI. And I'll just place it at the input. So in my simulation I'll get two voltage readings. One will be VI with respect to ground, that is my input voltage across this resistor network, and VO which is with respect to ground, which is the point between R1 and R2. Let me rerun the simulation. Now you can see that the nets have been renamed as VO and VI. So VVO and VVI. Now it makes sense and it's easier to understand that what does this VVO and VVI represent. Similarly, for current, since current is measured through the component, it is IR2, IR1 and IV1. As per the formula of voltage division, if we calculate the voltage across R2, that is my VO voltage, is equals to 10 multiplied by 1K divided by 1K plus 1K, which is equal to 5 volt, and that is what we get here, 5 volt. So the next example of DC operating point is a common emitter BJT amplifier. Let me create a new schematic. I'll close this one. So in this schematic, we will design a common emitter BJT amplifier and we will find out the DC operating point of the same. In order to select a transistor, go to the components panel and we have NPN transistor here. You can place it. Now we need to create a biasing circuit for the transistor. In order to create a biasing circuit, I am going to use voltage divider bias. For that, I'll need two resistances, one collector resistor and one emitter resistor. Let's wire them up quickly. So this is the voltage divider bias network, which goes to, this is the collector resistor, and then we have the emitter resistor, and finally we have to complete the circuit. So this is connected. Yeah. Now it's time to put a voltage source, which is my VCC V, and let me reorient this by rotating the source. And I need a ground. So this is my ground. I need another ground to ground the voltage source. Alternatively, you can also connect the negative terminal of this voltage source to the same ground. But this looks much better. That is why I use this. Remember, both the grounds will be same. Now it's time to assign values to the resistors and the voltage source as well as the transistor. Right clicking on it, let's assign this as 10K. This can be somewhere around 3.3K. This can be 1K, and this should be somewhere around 400 ohms. Okay, and voltage can be 12 volt DC supply. Now talking about the transistor, you can right click over transistor and you can do pick new transistor. In this chart, you will find that there are various transistors available. Since this is NPN transistor that we selected, all the part numbers will be NPN, in which you can see that this transistor has been modeled using some parameters such as the saturation current, the early voltage, the beta of the transistor, etc. These parameters will be used to model the transistor, which will help in the simulation. Let's go ahead and select the 2N2222 general purpose NPN transistor. So now this Q1 has been assigned 2N2222. So this will use the model of this 2N2222 transistor in order to simulate the circuit. Let's go ahead and again set up the DC operating point simulation. Okay, and I'll place it somewhere here. Now it's time to run the simulation. Okay, now running this simulation, we forgot to do one step here, that we should have assigned voltage label nets to the points in the circuit, different points in the circuit. Let me go back and label the points. So I'll have VC as the voltage at the collector. I'll have VB as voltage at the base, and I'll have VE as voltage at the emitter. So now I have assigned names to these nets VB, VC and VE. Let's go ahead and rerun the simulation. Now we have voltage at collector as 6.5 volts, voltage at base as 2.9 and voltage at emitter as 2.2 volts. From this data, we can conclude a lot of things, such as the region of the BJT. For example, in this case, base voltage is greater than emitter voltage, which means that base emitter junction is forward biased, whereas collector voltage, which is N-type collector, is greater than the base, which means that the base collector junction is reverse biased, which means the transistor is biased in the forward active region. As well as from this data, you can even find out the collector, base and emitter currents of this circuit. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment below. Thank you.